Good afternoon, everybody. My name is George. I am non-binary, and I am part of the LGBTQ+2 community, especially with the 519. I'm involved with mental health groups and 50 plus groups. Go out with coffee with friends is always a good thing. And we go out to movies once a week. So I really enjoy, yeah, that's one of our, it used to be once a week, but now it's turned into once a month. I've been aware, I've heard from other friends who have been scammed on the internet. With the telephone scamming, I have caller ID, so I usually see these foreign numbers sometimes coming from China or India or unknown names. So I know they're like to scam me. I had a problem with my computer. So the computer was kind of malfunctioning. It was just it kept going off and on type of thing, and the mouse wasn't working properly and everything. So I contacted Microsoft, I believe, and they had this 1-8 number. And when I called, I got a lovely lady, and she says, well, we're working from the United States, and we could help you with the repair. So she started asking me about name and address and the IP to get in and to find out what the problem is and everything. So I thought they were like tech solution people. And that's where I should not have gone there. You know, I should have taken it in to like Spadina in college after friends of mine said, oh, you just could have taken it in there instead of, calling the number. Then they asked me, how would you like to pay? I told them that I'm a senior and I don't do e-transfers. I don't do online banking. But I said, I have a MasterCard that, and then he put me on hold. Actually, I remember he put me on hold, and then he came back and he says, okay, I'll take your credit card number, everything. So they said they wanted, I believe it was 250 to 300 US. And then I said, okay, we put it in. And then all of a sudden, another guy comes after her. And then he's the one that started asking about all the numbers and the serials and everything. And he says, well, I'll look into it. Never heard back after that. So I knew right away. Like I kept calling the number, no one was answering. It was like the number must have just gone out of service immediately. So they took the money and off they went, to the next customer. And then I did see the charge, but then I was worried because I hadn't heard from them that there'd be other charges. So then I called the MasterCard and I said, I think I've been scammed. Can you cancel this and send me a new one with last four digits being different than the original? I know I'm insured. And I thought, oh, if I'm getting scammed, I know possibly at the end, if I, you know, relay it to the credit card company. They're going to investigate and they're going to see it was a scam and they're going to give me the money. They were really quick to help. They opened up investigation, correct? And and then it took them about a couple of weeks and they said, just rest assured, we're going to look into this. And I gave them that number. I gave them the names and I told them, everything that happened and the charge, and it was there. And lo and behold, after about, let's say, 3 weeks or so, I get an email and a call from the customer service manager saying, yes, we are going to refund you your money, and and I guess they found out that it was a fraudulent charge, correct. I felt sad. I felt depressed. I felt kind of ashamed that I got myself into this mess. But at the same time, I was feeling good because um, I didn't do an e-transfer because the money would have been down the drain. But I did use the credit card, and I know they're reputable because I've been with MasterCard for 10 years. So I knew they were going to resolve and take care of me. A trusted friend helped a lot didn't judge me, and it made me feel better for next time if this ever happens. And I've been scammed with a romance scam. So this happened online, and we started chit-chatting back and forth, and then eventually we decided to meet up. So we had a coffee date, and that led to a lunch date and going out to a movie, and then it led to a dinner date. About a month, let's say about a month, maybe even 5 weeks. It wasn't a long thing. And we were doing Dutch, which was fine. Like I thought, oh, this is good because he's willing to pay and I'm willing to pay. So this looks harmless. Well, the red flag started because, first round I would buy. We'd have a few dances, chit chat, and then the next round is his. Oh, a little short. Oh, like looking at his pockets, and then I would be feeling pretty good myself at that point. Okay, let me take care of this. And he never would come back and say, oh, you know what, you've just paid 2 rounds, let me pay the third round. His excuse was, oh, next week. It's always, oh, when I get paid, I'm going to take care of it. Or I'll take you for breakfast. The last dinner, I believe I paid for it. And that's when I got hit up for the money. Till the point where he asked me for $200. There was a family crisis. It was his mother, and he would pay back on the next paycheck. And this was at a casual chat over dinner. And then I didn't think so much about it. I said, if he seems trustworthy, and he did say he's going to pay back, next week when he gets paid. And we've been seeing each other, Yeah, I mean, I am a sucker when I hear stuff about family because I'm pretty good with the family. If the family needed something, I would, go and help them. Like not like I mean, I gave him the money. It was the next date where he had been paid, and on Saturday when we were going to go out, he was to pay back the money, and that was a no-show. Yeah, he didn't show up. Yeah. And that's when, and then I started calling, and it would go to voice message, and then I called again the week after. Are we going out? Are we meeting? And he was gone. Literally. So that's when I knew that I've been scammed. Even, I was even thinking, even if he did show up and then give me the money, then he can turn around and next time say, oh, I need 300, I need 400. So that was also going in my mind. And deep down, before I even gave it to him, I said to myself, and it was just something eating at me, George, you shouldn't do it. Like, you shouldn't do it because it's just not right. It was just a voice in my head saying it, and then I just let it go, and I gave it, and I felt ashamed again and depressed and isolated because I wasn't going to my groups. I missed maybe 2 or 3 days of the group, and I just wanted to stay home alone. I didn't want to talk to anybody, nor did I want to go on Facebook and do stuff like that. Just sleep for a while. Very isolating for sure. Yeah. And I didn't talk to anybody about this either. I just felt ashamed about it, and I didn't want to talk to friends because they could say, oh, this is happening to everybody, and you should have known better, right? And you're old enough to know better. And I've lost a lot of trust now in people. Single right now, and it has, I'm very, very held back, and even scared too, like, to even go out with someone and this happening again, I trusted a woman, a girlfriend of mine. The woman was very supportive, my friend. And, and she also shared a story too about stuff that's happened to her. And so we bonded, which was amazing. And that made me feel so more confident into expressing how I'm feeling with her when someone else is telling me how they're feeling. In with being gay, I've like even when I was a little kid too, trust issues, and being bullied in school. It it just isolated me a lot. And then when you find someone that's trying to be your friend and have sympathy and empathy on, then boom, I'm a sucker for that. And then when the negative stuff pops up. So I did feel it was my fault because I should have been stronger and say, hey, listen, I can't afford to give you any money. See, I'm going back now of everything that I should have said and did not say. I can't afford it because my rent is really high and food is really costly. Maybe asking another friend of yours to help you with your family situation. So this is what I would do going forward if anybody's ever going to tell me or ask me for money. If you're going to open yourself up to someone, make sure that you know the person a lot and you've gone out and seen their faces and go out for coffees and make sure that he pays and you pay and don't let them bully you into paying for everything.